Hey Stoic warriors, yesterday you lost 3 hours to scrolling, 180 minutes of your finite life evaporated into digital smoke. Meanwhile, someone with half your talent built their empire in those same moments. They weren't smarter, they weren't luckier, they just understood what you're about to discover. Rome burns while you sleep, not the ancient city, but your personal Rome, your dreams, your potential, your one shot at greatness. Each morning you wake surrounded by the ashes of yesterday's distractions, promising yourself tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow never comes, because you haven't learned the secret that transformed a slave named Epictetus into history's greatest teacher of mental freedom. Marcus Aurelius commanded legions, yet his greatest battle occurred every dawn in the silence of his tent. While soldiers slept, while enemies plotted, while an empire awaited his wisdom, he wrote words that would outlive his throne by millennia. You have power over your mind, not external events. Grasp this, and strength follows. These weren't pretty phrases for students of philosophy. They were survival codes written in the blood of experience. Your ancestors hunted at dawn. Their focus meant survival. One scattered thought, one moment of broken concentration, and their children starved. You inherited their nervous system, their biochemistry, their capacity for razor-sharp attention. Yet you wake and immediately fracture that gift across dozens of open browser tabs and a phone screen demanding your soul. Sometimes, in the middle of the night, insomnia grips you and you feel it, the ancient warrior inside, screaming to be released. That part of you that knows you were built for something magnificent, something that demands every ounce of your concentrated power. But morning comes, and you betray that warrior again, choosing comfort's sweet poison over greatness's bitter medicine. I discovered these 5 Stoic rules after wasting 4 years of mornings, watching dreams rot while I mastered the art of being busy, but not productive. These rules didn't just change my mornings, they transformed my existence. They turned scattered energy into focused fire, potential into power. What you're about to learn isn't self-help disguised as ancient philosophy. This is cognitive architecture, the blueprint for building an unshakable mental fortress, starting the moment consciousness returns each day. These rules will feel like they're reading your mind because they tap into struggles coded in our DNA. Battles every human fights, but few ever win. If you're ready to stop bleeding attention, to reclaim your focus from everyone but yourself, to finally become the architect of your morning and therefore your destiny, then pay attention. Number 1, the sovereignty seizure. Power has an address, and it lives in the first 7 minutes after you wake. Not 5, not 10, 7. Neuroscience confirms what the Stoics intuited. Your brain exists in a hypnagogic state for exactly 7 minutes after waking, a twilight zone where subconscious and conscious share the throne. Whoever claims these minutes owns the day. Marcus Aurelius called it the fortress of the self. I call it the sovereignty seizure, that violent, beautiful moment when you wrest control from chaos and declare yourself emperor of your own consciousness. Keep an untroubled spirit, he wrote, for all things must bow to the one who maintains their inner citadel. Most people surrender these 7 minutes to their phones, scrolling like peasants awaiting orders from invisible masters. They don't realize they're participating in a digital coronation, crowning everyone else king of their attention while becoming slaves to the notification gods. Your phone doesn't buzz, it commands. It doesn't notify, it colonizes. Warriors move differently in the morning mist. Focus isn't found, it's seized, with the intensity of someone drowning who finally breaks the surface. When consciousness returns tomorrow, don't reach for anything. Lie still like a predator. Feel your chest rise and fall. Hear your heartbeat drum its ancient rhythm. In these 7 minutes, you're not reacting to the world. You're deciding what you want from it. You're not meditating, you're calculating. Mapping your day like a general surveys a battlefield, identifying where attention will strike, where distraction will ambush, where victory hides. Feel your mind resist the emptiness. Feel it crave stimulation, validation, the sweet narcotic of external input. That discomfort is your addiction to distraction dying. That restlessness, that's your true power waking from its slumber. Your mind will scream for its morning fix of chaos, but you will not yield, deny it, starve it, make it feed on its own strength. The sovereignty seizure isn't gentle, it's a coup against the government of distraction that has been ruling your mornings. When you claim those 7 minutes, you're not just starting your day, you're conquering it before it even begins. You're writing the treaty of daily victory while your enemies, doubt, distraction, and digital dependency, still sleep. Number 2, the elimination ritual. Before gladiators entered the Colosseum, they performed a ritual not of preparation, but of elimination. They stripped away everything: doubt, fear, attachment to outcome. They became nothing so they could become everything. Your morning requires this same ruthless simplification. Seneca, Rome's wealthiest philosopher, practiced voluntary poverty, not out of eccentricity, but because he understood a truth that shatters morning illusions. Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and studies the old masters. He eliminated the new each morning to uncover the eternal. You wake believing you need more time, more coffee, more motivation, more perfect conditions. This is the great morning lie. You don't need more of anything. You need less of everything. The elimination ritual starts by identifying the 3 assassins of morning focus masquerading as necessities. First assassin, options. You keep 10 books by your bedside, 4 meditation apps on your phone, 7 different morning routines bookmarked. This isn't preparation, it's paralysis. Choice is the enemy of action. Tomorrow, eliminate everything except 1 book, 1 practice, 1 path. Watch focus flood the vacuum where confusion once lived. Second assassin, yesterday's ghosts. Every morning you drag the corpses of yesterday's failures into today's potential. That argument, that mistake, that missed opportunity. They're dead, yet you perform CPR on their memories every dawn. The Stoics had a word: amnesia voluntaria, voluntary forgetting, not denial, but conscious release. Tomorrow morning, speak aloud: yesterday is a fossil, today is alive. Third assassin, the comfort costume. You know that robe, those slippers, that extra blanket, the uniform of the unsuccessful. Comfort in the morning is a sedative, convincing you rest is more valuable than conquest. Marcus Aurelius slept on boards not because beds weren't available, but because comfort turns kings into peasants. Strip your morning of every unnecessary ease. Make it raw, make it intense. The elimination ritual creates empty space, and empty space terrifies the modern mind. We've been programmed to fill every void with noise, every silence with stimulation, but focus doesn't grow in crowds, it grows in deserts. When you remove the non-essential, what remains isn't less, it's concentrated power. Tomorrow, eliminate 1 thing from your morning, just 1. That second cup of coffee that makes you jittery, that news check that makes you angry, that snooze button that makes you weak. Feel the discomfort of its absence. That discomfort is your focus being forged in the fire of discipline. Number 3, the attention archaeology. Beneath the rubble of your scattered thoughts lies buried treasure. Pure, prehistoric focus that existed before smartphones, before obligations, Before the world convinced you that multitasking was evolution when it's actually devolution, you're not learning focus, you're excavating it from years of digital sediment. Epictetus, who transformed from property to profit, understood that attention isn't created, it's uncovered. No one can hurt you without your permission. Your mind is your own unless you surrender it. Every morning you must become an archaeologist of your own awareness, carefully brushing away layers of mental debris to reveal the artifact of absolute concentration beneath. The excavation begins with what I call morning mapping. For 3 minutes, precisely 3, not 2, not 5, you trace your thoughts like a detective following footprints. Where does your mind wander when unleashed? That project that haunts you, that person who hurt you, that success you're chasing. These aren't random thoughts, they're coordinates marking where your attention is already buried. Most people's focus is fossilized under layers of other people's emergencies. Your boss's priorities, your family's needs, society's expectations. They've been burying your authentic attention for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like. Tomorrow morning, ask yourself the archaeological question: if no one needed anything from me today, where would my attention naturally flow? The answer will disturb you. You'll realize you haven't directed your own attention in months, maybe years. You've been an attention puppet, strings pulled by every notification, every request, every artificial urgency. The attention archaeology isn't just about finding your focus. It's about recognizing who stole it. Ancient Roman architects could tell you exactly where every stone in their buildings carried weight. They understood structural integrity. Your morning attention works the same way. Some thoughts are decorative, they can be removed. Others are load-bearing. Remove them and everything collapses. Archaeology is learning the difference. When you excavate your authentic focus, you'll find it sharper than you remember, cleaner, more powerful, like discovering a blade buried for decades. Once you remove the rust, it still cuts. Your prehistoric focus, the kind your ancestors used to track prey for hours, study the stars, build civilizations, it's still there, waiting beneath the noise. Tomorrow morning, spend 3 minutes in archaeological silence. No guided meditation, no background music, no structure, just you and the dig site of your own consciousness. What you uncover will determine whether you spend another day as a tourist in your own life or finally become its architect. Number 4, the compression chamber. Diamonds form under pressure, so does focus. Yet every morning you reduce pressure instead of increasing it, choosing ease over intensity, comfort over compression. You're trying to create diamonds in a pillow factory, wondering why you keep producing feathers. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations during plague, war, and betrayal, not despite these pressures, but because of them. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. He understood what you're about to learn. Focus without pressure is just daydreaming with good intentions. The compression chamber is a morning practice that will transform your relationship with pressure. Instead of easing into your day, you will compress it. Set a timer for 17 minutes, not 15, not 20, 17. The unusual number prevents your brain from falling into familiar patterns. In those 17 minutes, you'll accomplish what usually takes an hour. Choose your hardest task, the one you've been avoiding, the one that tightens your stomach when you think about it. That's your compression material. Most people save their hardest task for when they're ready. But readiness is a myth sold by procrastination. You're never ready. You're only willing or unwilling. During these 17 minutes, you become a pressure cooker. No bathroom breaks, no sips of water, no position adjustments. You sit or stand in one spot and attack that task like your life depends on it, because it does. Every dream you have requires mastering pressure, not avoiding it. Around minute 11, your mind will stage a rebellion. It will manufacture emergencies, sudden thirst, urgent bathroom needs, critical texts to check. This is the compression working. This is carbon becoming diamond. Don't negotiate with terrorists, especially when the terrorist is your own comfort-seeking mind. The compression chamber reveals a horrifying truth. You could have been performing at this level all along. Those tasks that take you 3 hours, they're 30-minute tasks inflated by distraction. That project sitting for weeks, a 2-day sprint disguised as a marathon. You haven't been slow, you've been decompressed. When the timer rings at 17 minutes, you'll feel something primal, the satisfaction of pressure transformed into power. Your ancestors felt this after successful hunts, after battles won, after mountains climbed. It's the feeling of compression creating something harder, sharper, more valuable than before. Number 5, the victory verdict. Every morning ends with a verdict. Either you conquered or you were conquered. Either you directed your focus or it was hijacked. There's no middle ground in the courtroom of consciousness. The victory verdict is the brutal practice of declaring yourself winner or loser before your morning ends and living with the consequences. Seneca ended each day examining his actions, but he began each morning with something more powerful: pre-commitment to victory. Every night before sleep, ask yourself, what weakness have I overcome today? What virtue have I acquired? But the question that mattered more was the one he asked at dawn. How will I conquer today? Tomorrow, set an alarm. Conduct your victory verdict. Stand up wherever you are. Speak aloud. Even if people stare, declare, I won this morning, or I lost this morning. No explanations, no justifications, no kind of, or mostly, or except for. Binary, brutal, beautiful. This verdict isn't about perfection, it's about perception. When you declare victory, your brain releases a cocktail of neurochemicals that reshape your neural pathways. You're not just stating what happened, you're programming what happens next. Victory builds momentum, defeat builds wisdom. Both build strength if you're honest about which occurred. The victory verdict forces you to define winning before the game begins. What constitutes morning victory for you? Completing your hardest task, maintaining focus for 90 minutes, refusing to check your phone. Define it tonight, because tomorrow's verdict depends on today's definition. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific victories produce specific power. Most people drift through mornings in a gray zone of partial success and acceptable failure. They never taste the pure ecstasy of total victory or the educational agony of complete defeat. They live in lukewarm water, never boiling, never freezing, never transforming. The victory verdict forces you to pick a temperature and live with the consequences. When you declare, I won this morning, something ancient activates. The same mechanism that made your ancestors remember successful hunting grounds, winning battle strategies, survival techniques. Your brain literally maps the morning as territory conquered, making tomorrow's victory more likely. You're not just winning the morning, you're training your brain to expect victory. When you declare, I lost this morning, you gift yourself something equally valuable: clarity about your weaknesses and fuel for tomorrow's fight. Defeat acknowledged is defeat that teaches. Defeat denied is defeat that repeats. The morning you just designed isn't the morning you wanted. It's the morning you needed. These 5 rules, the sovereignty seizure, the elimination ritual, the attention archaeology, the compression chamber, and the victory verdict, aren't additions to your morning. They're revelations of what your morning was always meant to be. Marcus Aurelius died peacefully, knowing he had won more mornings than he lost. Seneca faced execution with calm focus, prepared by thousands of dawn victories. Epictetus transformed from slave to sage, not through fortune's favor, but through mastery over mourning. Their legacy isn't their words, it's their mournings replicated across centuries by those brave enough to seize their own dawn. Tomorrow, you join this lineage, not because you're ready, but because you're willing. The person who wakes up tomorrow won't be the same person watching this video. That person will be armed with ancient wisdom and modern will. That person will have a choice. Previous versions of you never had the choice to architect your attention instead of auctioning it. Your mornings until now have been rehearsals. Tomorrow is opening night. The audience, your dreams, your potential, your unlived life, sits waiting. The curtain rises with your eyelids. The performance begins with your first conscious breath. Like this video, if you're ready to transform tomorrow's dawn, subscribe to join an army of morning warriors. Share this with someone whose mornings need revolution. Comment below with your commitment. The alarm will ring tomorrow. For the first time in your life, you'll be ready for it. Type these final 3 words. Tomorrow, I conquer.